We are here speaking with one of Chicago's promoters, John Doe. How are you?
How are you?
I'm fabulous. Thank you so much for inviting us into your space and taking time out. We just kind of wanted to get some information on what's going on with the situation that's happening with Chicago and the Chirac situation. Let's get right to it. I mean, what are your thoughts about what's going on and how things are taking place?
Well, as far as a producer coming in from out of town and honestly trying to use to financially profit off of the negative light that has been shined on Chicago I don't agree with that as a whole. So without trying to really uplift it, I just don't agree with it. I just don't agree with it. I look at the situation like Empire, who, they came into the city and they spent money in the city. They gave people opportunities and, finances to either whether it was to be an extra or to use a publicity firm or an actor's agent or whatever. So they spent money in the city and they showed love to the city. And they didn't try to hit us with the LA woo-wop, the whole trickery, like we're just gonna give you an opportunity to shine or something like that, but whole time you got a family at home and you got to take care of your family too. So that's my whole thing about the Chirac situation as far as the movie goes, or whatever it is, the documentary. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this: what is your take on the situation as it relates to DJ Sluggo and how he's being bashed?
Well, I have nothing to gain or from either way. I didn't feel any way about it until people started to text me and call me and say look at what DJ Sluggo is doing, this and that, whatever, and so I gave Sluggo a call to find out what was going on, because when you're doing something and you're doing something from your heart, your grind, your passion, right? I think that, in some cases, you got to be compensated fairly. It's just about being fair to me, And so when I got the story clear from, Sluggo saying that, he had not, that he had not taken any money from an artist, and two, that this was actually my main question was, did the producer Spike Lee, did he give Sluggo a check for what he's doing, his work, what he's doing? And Sluggo said no. Now I had a couple of problems with that. Obviously that how do you expect someone to work and you're not paying them? You want them to do something, but you're not paying them. So I told Sluggo there's no way I would have apologized for anything. Even if he did take some money, which he didn't, but even if he did, in every other market, like Atlanta, every other market that is succeeding music wise, because we're in the music industry, I'm in the music industry, I'm in it. I'm in it very deep. I deal with from the streets, to the corporate side of things. I'm in it and I thrive in it. So I had a problem with, the negativity that was being shined upon Sluggo, because he was in discussions of getting paid for doing a job that someone else wasn't paying him for. Now it was important to me to find out if Spike Lee had given him a check, because okay, now I could see if he was double dipping, meaning like he was getting a check from Spike and he was charging an artist to do it. But you want this man to work, on a major movie that's going to do however many millions of dollars, you want him to work for free. So that tells me that your mind state is already trying to take advantage of the city and the culture of the city. You know, you are putting a negative light on him. I mean, that is unfair. And you haven't even paid him. You told him you want to give him an opportunity to be a part of something big. And that's that LA, the whole little woo-wop shit. That shit is over with. You know what I'm saying? That's over with. People are getting paid for their jobs, whatever they do. Publicity, marketing, records, whatever they do to add to another entity's growth. Whether it's an artist, a DJ, a model, anything like that, that is time, and time is money. So, I don't agree with the fact that they were trying to bash his name. I don't agree with that fact. I think that he was in every right to say, you know what, let's separate, bring the cream of the crop to the table. Who's ever serious about the situation, look, this is me, I would have made it known, like, listen, hey, I'm finna hit y'all because I'm going to, I'm bringing your situation to the light, even though I'm not in your situation. I'm not your CEO of your label. I'm not a financial backer behind you. So if I get you exposure on this situation, I mean, it happens all the time. And that's just business. It's good business. It's good business to spend money in your market. But I don't agree with Spike Lee coming to Chicago, not you asking Sluggo to do a job and you're not paying him. And you know that you're going to make money off. I don't care if it was $1,000. I don't care if it was $500. You know what I'm saying? Sluggo's not on the radio. He's not getting an income from GCI, Power 92 or nothing like that. He's not on the radio. He's out here creating his own situation. And everybody in the city that knows that. Spike Lee, I can't really get behind what he's doing. I can't really do it. Because you're taking advantage of it and trying to profit from the culture only, from your point of view, and then you're not even paying someone for their point of view. You want them to do it for free.
So based off of that statement, would you say pay to play really it's not even a factor in this case?
No, because, think about it, like, you got Atlanta, some of the main DJs, A&Rs, I don't care what it is, Khaled, DJ Drama, DJ Scream. You think you're going to get a Gangsta Grills mixtape for free? See what I'm saying? Drama has built up his brand just like, Sluggo has built up his brand. So you want somebody to use their brand and to support you doing support your brand for free? I don't agree with that. And I do believe that Sluggo should have gotten paid. And, case in point, the artist who I happen to actually know, who ran back to the powers that be or whatever that's with Spike Lee saying, oh, Sluggo is trying to charge me to get on. I mean, come on, man. Like, the artist, she's been out here for, 15 years trying to rap. And she's in the same spot. Doing the same thing. So what she was trying to do is separate herself from the other artists who were trying to put their music on, thinking that, okay, her going to cry to them was going to help her situation. And I just think that was selfish because you shedding a negative light on him like he's doing something shady. It's just like I throw concerts. I throw major concerts, and, an artist, which they don't anymore because I've kind of set a precedence to say, okay, listen, y'all know what it is. If you want me to push your brand, you're going to support what's going on. You know what I'm saying? If we have $100,000 to $200,000 budget for a concert and you want me to let you get on stage for free, how does that benefit me? It doesn't. It only benefits you. So if we're going to do business, you're going to pay to get on stage. I'm going to give you a marketing plan so you can promote yourself, and we're going to do business. That's called good business. I think that sometimes the artists are finding an excuse because they've been, grinding, perhaps not grinding hard enough or not coming up with the correct material. They're trying to connect to the people, and I think that, sometimes the artist will try to find an excuse or a scapegoat to, I guess, just an excuse to say, like, man, they're not making it, so here's my excuse. Man, Sluggo tried to charge me $200. Come on, man. Like, you must not think much of yourself if you're not willing to invest in your brand. You see what I'm saying? To me, if I was an artist, you know what I'm saying, who was trying to get on a Spike Lee, Chirac documentary, and if I was interested in that, I'd say, okay, man, here, take this money. Hey, Sluggo, look, man, put me in place. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna give you some more bread. Look, sit me down in the same room with Spike so I can let him know what's up. You see what I'm saying? And that's something that that I would do. That's just good business. It's just good business. And I don't think that the whole free ride thing, it's not gonna work like that. If you're trying to go to the top, you can't take the elevator. You got to take the stairs. You know what I'm saying? You have got to work, and persistence, come up with new material, whatever. But case in point, this specific rapper, I know. Now, put yourself in her mind state. You've been looked over so many times in your city amongst thousands of artists. People keep getting deals. You keep trying to get a situation cracker for yourself, but you continue to fail. Now, after 15 years, what would you do?
I think I'd stop.
Right. UPS is hiring. Right.
Wow.
Right. Correct.
Let me ask you this. Do you think this situation has drastically changed Chicago musically based on what came out from this particular situation?
No, I just think that, sometimes, Chicago eats its own babies. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning that Sluggo has been doing this for since I was a shorty. You know what I'm saying? Like, Sluggo's been doing this for a long time, and he's a staple in the music community. One of the pioneers of juke music in the whole nine. I remember, like, it was probably like, what was it, like an 04? He came up with a website or something like that. Somebody was telling me he came up with a website. This was before Bump had got locked up, and dude was putting people's music and shit like that up there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, man, for him to do that, he's a pioneer in his own right. He's seeing drama in them with Gangsta Grill. See, I was trying to build something from nothing by using what God gave him. And then, I just don't agree with the whole, the situation of trying to say, okay, Sluggo, yeah, man, hey, I want you to put me on, but if I get on, I don't have no budget. Now you want me to do you a favor, and you know what I'm saying? You want me to do you a favor. So, but why? He has no vested interest in that artist. So he runs through thousands of artists. He has no vested interest in that artist. The artist that ran and told why would he do that? Now, if it was his artist, of course he's going to say, okay, I have an advantage. This is my artist. I'm trying to, like Mike Will made it. He got the Ray Shremmerd guy. And you got these other producers and DJs who got their own artists that they're pushing. They have an advantage. So that makes sense. But, in this case, that wasn't that point. I just think that she ran, told, snitched, whatever, not worried about his reputation, right? Not worried about his reputation. Now you got people out here saying, oh, you got to pay Sluggo to do this and woo. Yeah, you got to pay. DJs don't make a lot of money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not out here getting $20,000 for a Gangsta Grill. I know people who have paid that. You know what I'm saying? I know.
Ask you that question.
I know people who have paid. They pay thousands of dollars, whether it's in Atlanta, Miami, but they should pay that because it's worth it. It's called exposure. You know what I'm saying? You can't get on live mixtapes for free. You can't. You cannot do it. You can't get on live. If you go to them guys out there in Ohio that run live mixtapes, they're going to laugh at you. You have to have a budget, and you have to be prepared. This is the music business. See, and that's the thing that I think that some of the artists don't realize, that it is the music business, but just so you know, it's more business than music. It's more business than music, and it's more business than music. And this ain't the days of the 1980s where it's like, oh, he can rap. Everybody can rap. I can rap. You know what I'm saying? It would be some artists mad at me if I dropped a mixtape. Then they've been rapping for 15 years, and like this dude came out and blew up in 6 months. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even rap before then, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, honestly, if you don't have a budget nowadays, you're just not gonna get on being super cold. It's not gonna work like that. Just because you a super, I know a lot of super cold rappers. You feel me? That's right down there on the red line, asking for change. See what I'm saying? It don't work. This ain't the 80s. You know what I'm saying? This ain't that. So it's a music business, and there is money to be made. And I think that if you're in the business, you have to put into the business to get money out of the business. You can't come in the business and say, I have nothing to offer. You know what I'm saying? You have to have something to offer. Nowadays, just think about if Kanye was just an artist and he wasn't a producer. He was a producer first. Right? He wouldn't be an artist. He would not have sold that many million records if he was not a producer. If he'd have came in just rapping, you know, he wouldn't be where he's at right now. He would not. So, you know, my thing is to change that welfare mind state of, man, put me on, help me out, this and that, just to change that mind state. You see what I'm saying? Because it's infectious. It's infectious, and it has everybody like, man, I wouldn't say everybody, because you do got artists that's out here that's investing in, you know, their situation, and they're moving. You feel me? They are moving. You got the SMGs. You got the you know, Butter the Great, them Bo Deal. These people are T20, my guys up north in Evanston. They put money into their situation, and they're out here moving. They've created a brand. You feel me? Like, they've created a brand where, you know, they can go to these markets and get, as a artist, they can go and get, you know, $4,000 or $5,000 a show. You see what I'm saying? So they're recouping their investment based upon that they put that work in for themselves. So
you're saying without you investing into your own craft, it's almost impossible for you to go anywhere.
From nothing.
That's true. That is true.
Math, you cannot take nothing from nothing. If you can't put your money in a pot, how do you expect to get money out of the pot? It's impossible, because now you're competing against, like I say, it's not the 80s no more, man. You know, you got people out here spending bags, you know what I'm saying? Bags to get on. I know NBA players ran through $1 million trying to push an artist and didn't get a deal.
Wow.
Facts. That's a facto.
Wow.
Facto. The album never came out. Spent money on features, everything. You know what I'm saying? And then I can say that it's not all about money either, but it's a combination of strategic planning, good music, timing, consequence, and blessing. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Well, let me ask you this. As a promoter, and obviously you're bringing, I mean, I'm looking at the posters in your office. You bring some really cool people here to Chicago. As a promoter, have you ever been approached by any artist, whether it's Chicago or whatever, to pay you to be put in front of an audience?
Of course. Of course. You know, first of all, you know, I would say I'm a promoter, but I say that I'm a rap hip-hop stockbroker. You know, you got some artists, and the reason why I say that is because you got some artists, most artists, 90% of artists, even artists that's on right now, meaning that, like, they already in the game, they out here, you know, moving around, doing shows and stuff like that. They don't know their actual worth.